Yes, you are welcome back on to another edition of Newsmaker, where we always make news out of what is trending in society. And when you are talking about what is trending in society, some people will say that it is protest, but I always say that there are so many things that goes. That is the purpose of Newsmaker, and somebody who is newsworthy and somebody who is loaded with information is always our guest every week. That is why we delve our hand into the governor's office, bringing somebody is a special assistant to the governor on governor's office to the studio today to come and tell us what are the logic they are using in the operation of the state. We want to look at some issues so that people can know that this is where Osun is going, then this is where Nigeria is going, and this is where humanity is going, so that people can know what the governor is doing and what people are expected, because to whom much is given, much is expected. Adeleke, welcome you back to the program. My guest, Ambassador Miftah Abdul Ghani. How are you, sir?
I'm good, I'm fine.
How is governor's office?
Governor's office is very fine. We're doing good. Our governor is always nice to us.
Good.
And he also is also nice to humanity as a whole.
Even the people of the state, we are also enjoying. Yes, let us take it from your office, governor's office. The renovation, not only that one, governor's house.
Okay.
It has now, when somebody gets to the place, when we see that, oh, this is an international standard of a place to be called the legacy of a particular state. Going to, because possibly the man is an international man, possibly that is yes, but people always criticize. Where does the governor got the money for that very edifice? Yes, renovation is gigantic.
Thank you very much, the Ankara. Our governor, Asiwaju Senator Jackson Doe Adeleke, he has never for once borrowed any money from anybody or from anywhere. So you see, the renovation of governor's office, the renovation of governor's office is just nothing less
governor's
than,
house.
Let me talk about governor's office first. Governor's office is nothing less than just a month. Because when you look at it, back at the days, if you look at the governor's office, a white has become black, or let me call it a brown something. And when the governor gets to the place, you now see that this place, I cannot stay here. Then he has to renovate it immediately, with an immediate effect, because he has to resume to the office, and for that he has to renovate the office. That's number one about the office, and he has never borrowed any money to do that.
So, what about, because people say that his brother is very rich, possibly his brother borrowed some money?
His brother is very rich and he cannot borrow any money. You see, I don't want to go to that brother of a thing, but I want to talk about the governor as a whole. Governor will never allow a kind of borrow things. He will never allow that. And
to be a burden on the state.
He doesn't love that, because he knows that the state already has a burden, and he will not add more burden to the state anymore. Should you understand it, sir? Because I want you to understand that renovation doesn't cost much. Even if it costs much, the governor has to do it, because an exposed governor is different from unexposed one.
An international man.
And he's an international man. If he's inviting some friends to come from outside of the country, and they come
and bless the state.
They want to bless the state. They now see the governor's office. They see how ashy it is. You know, it's something, and it is a stain. It's a stain to our own states. Do you understand? And to talk of the house of the governor's house as well. Yes. The renovation of the governor's house, governor never borrowed any money, because I know it very well, because I am working in the governor's office, likewise the governor's house, because I am a direct worker there as well. So I know that he never borrowed any money to renovate both the governor's office and the governor's house. That's what I know. But I cannot talk about the actual amount, because I know he never borrowed money. Even if he spent 1 million naira, for example, he never borrowed the money.
That has become our legacy.
Yes.
Even every Osun people can be proud of having that one.
God bless you, sir. So
okay, let us now go into the relationship, because the man is a social person that I always rapport with the grassroots. Yes, that one shows in the ongoing protests. That
Okay.
Osun State has never recorded any protest or any riotous protest. But we had protest. What is the logic behind this?
You see, as far as the protest is concerned, you see, the governor is not a loser. You know, a loser will always plan to loot. He is always a winner. And our governor is a very sensible governor. He had series of meetings with the security agencies before the protest. That, you know, these states, you know, then secondly, after having the meetings with them, he told them what he wants in the states. And the security agency understands the governor because, you know, when you have negotiation with people, negotiation makes a lot of solution. Not that you will be saying that I can do this because you're the governor. No. He had a negotiation with them, and they talked at length, and this is what they want, this is that. And they could do very well. They accepted for the governor, for the way he wants them to go. Because, you know, our state is a state of the virtue, is a state of the living spring, and we don't want a kind of riots or a kind of violence, a kind of looting, a kind of whatever in our state. So that's why the governor has to at least make some plans. Let me put it to you now. You know, there are some comrades, even the comrades that they are saying that they are doing protests.
Leading the protest.
They did not, or they couldn't violate the rules because they see that there is a developmental project going on in the states, and
which they too are proud of.
Which they too are proud of, and if they could do any kind of silly things, it will affect that developmental project. That is why
which is their legacy.
Which is their legacy. God bless you. That is why they had to calm it down. And if you could see the protests, the security agencies, the like of policemen, the likes of the immigration, the likes of the DSS, they followed the rules and regulation amicably, without any chaos. In fact, we cannot even, I can say they did not, we couldn't witness any kind of disruption. No looting, nothing. And there's no stealing as well. Even over the night, there's no stealing. So unlike other states.
Okay, we talk about other states. In some states, what you usually read is that the rulers and the road, they work as par. They don't mingle with the road, to the end that the road will plan something in there. Be it evident that some of you in government, you follow protesters.
Yes, some of us follow the protesters because we don't want a situation that will happen that they will vandalize anything in the state.
And join them.
We came out to join them because we don't want them to vandalize anything. You know, those comrades, they may take advantage of saying that they want to protest, and they will now disrupt everywhere. So we now have to follow them. So if anything wants to happen, we will come.
They see you in their means.
God bless you. If anything wants to happen, they will not believe that this government is not even involved in the protest. No, the government is not involved, fine, but we have to follow them because we don't want them to disrupt the developmental project going on in the state. Because if we say that is the legacy and they disrupt it, you know, the money that they will use to build another thing or do another project, they would have spent it on the properties they vandalized. And anybody that they vandalize his property, you know, is another thing. That's another expenses entirely into the governments again. So that's it.
Okay, the government inherited some programs, particularly in terms of S, that is OIS.
Okay.
Then OIS, and we have that NHIS for the federal. Then this OIS, we know the level with which you made it.
Yes.
Then we know that you are extending it beyond the scope that everybody knows Osun for. Okay. Then I still want to hammer on it. Are you not going to run in depth?
You see, let me just answer this question with, you see, Asiwaju Senator Jackson Doe Adeleke is a man of integrity and is a man of his words. He talks and do it. You see, if our governor is saying that he will not borrow, that is what I want masses in Osun State to underline. He will never borrow. You see, in the situation of OIS, I could remember myself, I told two or three people to go there, that I paid 12,016 naira to the OIS, that they will be having series of treatments without any payment. You know, our governor is very sensible to the extent that he knows what he's doing. He knows what will happen in the nearest 4 years to come. He knows what will happen in the next 5 years to come, and he doesn't want Osun State to run into bankruptcy anymore. That is why he has to introduce that, because he knows how to run it.
So you have extended it to retirees?
Yes,
disabled?
To disabled, yes.
To aged people?
But yes.
Then are you going to make profit from this?
Yes, sir.
The money the government is venturing, are you not?
You see, if the government or if the governor is not making profits to the states, he will not say that. He will not gamble into it in the first place. He knows that it is a profitable thing to the states. That is why he gambled into it. You know, I myself, as a special assistant to the governor and governor's office, I cannot teach him what to do. I cannot even be advisor to what he could do. But I know that doing that, to the little things and the little way I moved with him, I know that he has a reasonable reasons for that. So I don't want to go much about that.
Okay, let us go into agriculture, because this is Newsmaker. We make news from all the sphere. Agriculture. The governor said that he was going to procure some materials, starting from tractor, fertilizer, and some other things. Just few days after that one, we have learned that it has come.
I said it earlier now, if you could remember. I said the governor, Senator Jackson Doe Adeleke, is a talk and do governor. You see, tractor is just a minor out of what he said he wanted to do to agriculture in Osun State. Then you see, I want to thank the Ministry of Agriculture, because they work hand in hand with the governor. Because they work hand in hand with the governor. If you could see, look at the tractor that came in now. The tractor should be 74, but it's like 32 arrived. 32 of the tractor just arrived. Or the rest are still coming. If you could look at it in agriculture, you know, government has promised many things. Fertilizer, he promised fertilizer for the farmers. He promised to improve food security for the masses in Osun State, because he knows very well that people are hungry. They are only smiling in Osun State, but they are hungry. He knows that they are hungry. He now said, you know what the governor now said when he had meeting with the Minister of Agriculture? He said he wanted to dabble into arable crops. So you understand? You know, arable crops are crops that will just be they will just harvest. They will just plant and harvest in just 3 or 4 months. Not out of cocoa, tuber, whatever, cocoa or whatever. He said arable crops like cassava, maize, tomatoes, grains, and all of that.
To check hunger.
God bless you. To make sure that he conquers what we call hunger. If he could not conquer at least 80%, 100%, he could be able to conquer 80% of the hunger in Osun State. So that is the plan that governor has for the state.
Okay, the tractors has come, the fertilizer has come. When is the distribution going to happen?
You see, the distribution is going to happen very, very soon. You see, I used to very, very, because I know it is very, very soon. If not for the fact that the issue of protest or not protest, I trust the governor. He would have distributed everything to the masses, to the farmers and to the masses. If you could see what he does again, let's not forget what he does again. He called all the market women. Our governor called all the market women that they should come. Please, I want you to ease the prices of the local foods people are buying. And they do that to him because they know that the governor understands what he's saying about
people
that.
Love him.
People love him yes, people will love him now. Somebody that love masses, they will love him in return now. It is what God says, and they should do it for him as well.
Then, regarding to that market men and women, we learned that he gave them loans. I think to whom much is given, much is expected. Then that is possibly. Then can you tell us the modality?
I cannot go much to the modalities because I am not.
Is it true that he gave them loan?
All I know is that the governor, Senator Jackson Doe, gave loans to the market women. And I couldn't say the actual amount, but the loans is up to a kind of $1 billion of naira.
Well, that is why people heed to his advice to reduce the
prices of.
He has done better for them before.
You will see, because he understands that if he doesn't give loan to them to sell goods, you know, people buy, someone that is buying rice, a bag of rice at the rate of 50,000, and now the bag of rice is 80,000. How could he get money to do that? So that was why the governor has to give loan.
First,
after giving loan,
you're talking to
he now
them.
said that, come, I want you to reduce the prices of products in the market.
People have collected loan.
So that is what the governor does. You know, that is why I say our governor is just a kind of sensible person that understands what is happening in the masses, all in the name of the fact that he is a grassrooter. He knows what is happening innerly within the corner of the room. So that is what.
Even some of you working with him, you are closer to us.
Yes, now because you know he loves you.
Because there was a governor who took all the cabinet from far, beyond the state.
Yes.
Then
yes.
we learned that possibly you do the same.
Our governor, Asiwaju Senator Norudin Jackson Adeleke, he has never done the same because he loves youth so much. He loves youth so much because he believes in youth. Because he believes in youth, he believes in grassroots, he believes in power of the youth. Because he knows that anywhere youth can go, elder people cannot go there. The way youth can operate phones down, elder people could not operate it. So that is why the governor has to believe in youth. If you could look at SA, SSA, Senior Special Assistance to Governor, Special Assistance to Governor, if you could look at it, you will see that governor deals with youth. Look at Special Advisor to Governor on Tourism. He is just a youth. A person of Honorable Mitogun. He is a youth, total youth. So he deals with youth because he believes in the terrain of the youth.
That's good. Okay, let us look at our home because we have to appreciate him. He promised us that he was going to make this place, OSBC, a better place. The first thing that he did that people have never seen throughout the world, because we usually challenge that any government possibly throughout the world that has ever procured six new transmitter digital then yes, cost something more billions of naira. Then is he a journalist?
You see, our governor, Senator Ademola Jackson Norudin Adeleke, he is not a journalist and he was never a journalist, but he understands he knows the importance of information. He knows what the importance of information, because you know information is the key to anything you want to do. If you don't know information about something, you will not be able to ask the person, or they will not ask you about it. So he knows the importance of information, and he knows that all he wants to be doing in the States, if this OSBC, the Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, can assist in promoting what he is doing, so the people internationally will be seeing what the governor in Osun State is doing. He believes that will happen. That was why he has to purchase the transmitter. Six transmitters at a go. You know, I am telling you, in fact, before you ask me question, you shouldn't have asked me much question, because you know he promised 6 transmitter, and he made the promise.
Transmitter and studios.
And
with
even
equipment.
Studios. Because you know, when I came in, I was asking that is this camera a black magic? And they answered yes, it's a black magic. I know how much black magic costs. Just one black magic, I know how much it costs, because I'm a movie maker as well. So I know how much it costs. So that was why I'm asking, and I know these what I'm saying now are 2 black magic camera. If I'm saying it as 6K Pro. So automatically the governor, Senator Norudin Jackson Ademola Adeleke, tried by fulfilling the promise.
Then he also promised TV. Do you think that that one is going to come?
He promised what?
Television, to revive television.
Yes, he promised to revive television, and I know our governor, Demola Adeleke, will do that, because he is a talk and do. And I pray by God, I pray to God Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala that our governor Demola Adeleke should fulfill the promise easily by the grace of God.
Then what do you expect from the people?
What I expect from the people is just cooperation. That they should cooperate with the government. They should cooperate with the government with how things are going now. They should just cooperate with the government. They shouldn't listen to hearsay, I saw, or whatever. Someone is saying this, or let me say insinuation. They shouldn't listen to that. They should just focus on praying to the government that he should continue the way he is doing. Because I pray that they should. I pray that government. I pray to God Almighty that this governor, Demola Adeleke, should at least exceed more than 4 years and achieve the 8 years that we are planning to.
Okay, let us now look at it from the sports, because I learned that the deputy governor is in charge of that one. Then where are we moving? Particularly Osun State sports athletes?
You see, I learned that Osun United, they are playing their pre-season. We call it Prime Football Club. They are playing pre-season now. I learned that everything is going on smoothly. You know, then Osun United, their salaries, or let me say, they are not collecting salaries the way they were collecting it now. Their salaries is just being collecting one this month, another 4 or 5 months you will have another one. Collecting one this month, another 2 months you will have another one. So their salaries are going on smoothly. I even have one candidate there that is playing for Osun United. He always told me that your government is trying, we are collecting us. Even if I'm not playing, I'm sitting on the bench, I'm collecting my salary. That is what our governor wanted it to happen as it is.
Okay, about education, the schools are on holiday now. Yes. Then what are the planning that the government is making towards the next?
You're right. I told you I'm a special assistant to governor's office.
Yes, everything is planned in your.
I'm not special assistant to Ministry of Education. I'm not the commissioner for education. I'm not the SA on education. So if you will be asking me that, you should be able to invite SA on education or commissioner for education.
What is the government doing?
So about what the government is doing about education. Generally. But the little thing I know about education is that the back then government, you see those small kids, they used to fight. They were beating teachers.
Yes.
But now
charming teachers.
They are charming teacher, beating teachers. They do go to schools with those charms. They go to school with it. But now you could see everything is cool. Everything is cool. Everywhere is just cool. Every schools is cool. So we just need to understand what the governor is doing pertaining to education. But I know the question is not meant for me. It's meant for.
I think I hope you pass out from Osogbo. That's secondary. You can see that fencing of schools.
Okay.
Has started. Then are we going to fence all schools in the state?
You see, fencing of school is good.
For security. For
security purpose. 1, 2, for the governors, for the government to understand who is who in the school. You know, they could be able to capture. You know, in private schools, they captured the students, so they could know that this is Adewale Tayo, this is Tolulope Tosin, this is Wale Dada. But in public schools, if there is no fence, you couldn't know them. So people may come and commit kind of offenses, and they will have to jump out, and you wouldn't see them. So that is the reason why they need to. That is the reason why our government is trying to fence all the public schools.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you, the special assistant to governor on governor's office. Thank you, Ambassador Miftauddin Abdul Ghani. Thank you very much for being my guest on the show today. On behalf of the producer Oluwatoyin Yusuf, I'm Abdul Jalil Adebisi Aderotin. Bye for now.